Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
The show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Stop putting your online data at risk. Get protected at expressvpn.com/unleashed. Well, yeah, as usual, it's, the only thing going on, the coronavirus, is it continues to sweep across the United States. It's now in all 50 states.
Yeah, West Virginia finally fell, huh?
Yep. Montana, Idaho, and West Virginia were three of the last holdouts, and now they all have the virus there. So we're up to 5,881 infected and 107 deaths so far. We're also up to a lot of places just telling you that you can't go anywhere, that you can't do anything, that businesses must be shuttered, and you might even have to shelter in place in New York City soon. Apparently, that's what they're considering, sheltering in place. Does that mean I don't go to work? Does that mean you're not even allowing me to get up and go to work and earn my living? Is that what you're kind of telling me? They're also stating that you could go to jail for violating any of these lockdowns.
Mm-hmm.
All New York City restaurants are strictly open for takeout and delivery orders as of 9 a.m. yesterday. Along with shutting down public events and spaces, New York City schools will remain closed until April 1st, at least.
Yeah.
It's going to go way beyond that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to open this year.
Yeah, Kansas is canceled the rest of the year. The whole state.
Everybody might as well do that because you're not coming back this year. Can you imagine the amount of time if they try to do the makeup thing? You'd be going to school all summer long. So I think they're just shutting down the school for the rest of the year. You might do it online. I don't know. I think some will offer online courses. Every district will be required to submit a plan to ensure children of healthcare workers and first responders have access to child care. Mayor de Blasio confirmed the announcement that the largest public school system in the country shut its doors. More than 1 million students prepare for remote learning.
So wait a minute. Access to childcare.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose of closing the school to begin with? Because isn't the thing to keep the crowds from happening, which is happening at the school, or now we're just moving them to the daycare?
Yeah, strange.
Okay, yeah. I understand that parents are having to work from home now with their kids underfoot, and I understand the hardship here, absolutely. But if we're moving the kids from the school just to another location, doesn't that defeat the original goal?
Doesn't seem to help much.
Huh.
De Blasio said, "This is a very troubling moment, a moment where I am just distraught over having to take this action." Please, he loves it. He's a communist. He loves it. He loves controlling people's lives, telling them what to do. This is what he lives for, please. Come on.
Of course, he probably really is distraught over closing down the schools as little indoctrination centers.
Yeah, that does hurt.
So that one probably stings.
They'll have to just do that online now. We got some tweets that came in after the show yesterday from Zimbabwe Money. Maybe the Congress should have seen this virus coming instead of spending all their efforts trying to impeach President Trump. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If they ever did anything productive, it would be real nice. Rants Out Loud tweets regarding DNC Chairman Tom Perez quoting scripture to justify abortion. Just really evil. Tom Perez, Satan quoted scripture too.
Awesome.
So we got that going for us. Also concerning Tom Perez, Amy What's-Her-Face. If I quoted scripture to try to justify a sin, I would expect a lightning bolt to take me out swiftly. Definite concern. And speaking of abortion and life, got a video that Tom Perez and other abortion zealots should maybe check out. I'm sure this moves them more than an actual human baby going through the growing process. But look at this little bird.
People have been sending this to us. Yeah, the little bird hatching.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. So starts off just coming out of the shell. Isn't that cool? That is.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to come out of there too. It could be
broccoli,
a tire iron.
Yeah,
broccoli.
I've heard you mention the broccoli as one of the things.
Yeah.
I've just never seen it for myself.
In this case, a bird comes
out. A bird,
out.
I see. Okay. So. It's kind of like you put your quarter in the machine, and you don't know what's going to come out.
Exactly.
Boom. But look at it. Look at that thing. It just grows over time and get the little feathers going.
Isn't that adorable?
It is adorable. And the left finds it adorable, too. It's amazing that they don't have the same sentiment for a baby human.
Right. They're moved by this. They're not moved by a human doing the same thing. It's
and there it is.
Amazing. And now it's ready to fly away. Mm-hmm. Although it's probably too domesticated to do that.
Before that that egg cracked, it may have, who knows what was in there. What was in there? Broccoli,
we don't know.
Like you said?
We just don't know.
It's just that moment when the egg cracked.
Yes.
That's when it became a bird.
Right. And leftists wouldn't want to take a hammer to that and snuff out that life. They'd never think of doing something like that. But don't worry about taking a vacuum cleaner to the skull of a newborn. Don't worry about that at all. Pretty amazing. Yep. President Trump wants to send Americans checks immediately. Okay. How much am I going to get? How much?
Andrew Yang, is that you?
Tax day's been pushed to July 15th. I hadn't heard that yet.
Yeah.
Really? I like that.
You owe money.
Yeah. Oh, my. That helps a lot. So you don't have to file until July 15th?
At the presser yesterday, that's what they said. They were pushing it back 90 days.
Why don't you push it back till, I don't know, never? How about that? How about we just don't have to pay this year? Yay! Except that's not the case, but I would love to see that.
Yeah, new payment deadline, July 15th.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gives us some time. All right, so we're going to start getting checks immediately, or he wants to anyway?
He wants to.
Is he actually going to go through Congress for that?
Yeah, Mnuchin went to tell Congress this yesterday, and so we'll see what happens.
Oh, they're going to do it. They'll do it. The Democrats want to do it, and the Republicans will do whatever Trump says. So for the time being, Republicans are now for just sending people money. Okay.
I could get used to this virus thing.
Except, is it the right thing to do for the government to start doing this? I don't know.
And this goes back to your point of if you're not allowed to go anywhere and earn a living.
Yeah. If the government is shutting you down, are they responsible for the money you lose? And I kind of think, yeah, they are. Except the government doesn't have their own money. That comes from us.
Yeah, and the places that are shutting things down are still local municipalities. They're not the ones printing up the money.
Exactly.
I mean, you got in Ohio, like you said.
Should New York take care of New York? Yes, because they're the ones that said they have to stop doing business.
Ohio, yesterday, they boarded up a restaurant that was violating the gathering ordinance. And so that restaurant is completely shut down.
And they're talking about jailing people in New York if you violate this lockdown. You're going to put people in jail for that? For running their business? Again, are you going to pay them if they shut down? Are you going to pay them for the money they lose every single day and night when you force them to shut down? You can't. You can't make everybody whole. There's just no way to do that. Yesterday, John Roberts from Fox News broke this news on Twitter. Fox News learned that Donald J. Trump $800 billion in economic stimulus, $500 billion in a payroll tax cut, $250 billion in small business association loans, and $58 billion more for the airline industry and a smattering of other items.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of money.
And I'm not sure that the payroll tax is still going to happen. That might just be the checks directly because they're talking about, getting it into our hands within the next... Trump said within the next 2 weeks.
How much? How much are we getting?
I could tell you what I saw, but...
Can I have $5,000?
It's probably going to be 1/5 of that.
$1,000?
I've seen that just thrown out there. So I don't know that that's...
Don't even bother me with it unless it's $5,000.
Bother me with it. Yeah. Because that was what Romney suggested.
I need $5,000. Just send it to me right now. $800 billion... Okay, plus $500 billion more. That's $1.3 billion. $250 billion. That's $1 billion. That's $1 trillion. $500 million. Then there's another 58. So now you're up to $1.6 trillion.
Carry the one. You get 30 minutes.
$1.6 trillion. And that's just to get started here.
Mm-hmm.
That's just to get started. And that doesn't even count what they're doing with the banks. My gosh, the bank bailout. They're not even voting on that. Congress has nothing to do with that. They're just bailing out the banks virtually every day.
Yeah, one of the things Trump said at the presser yesterday was he doesn't want to have to keep revisiting this every couple of weeks with Congress. Mm-hmm. So I want it to be big, really big. So,
and beautiful? Is it going to be beautiful as well?
I don't know that it'll be beautiful.
Oh, he just said big?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be big this time.
Dang it. I was hoping for a beautiful bailout.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So, anyhow, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But it's
you got to love the way he talks. You got to love it. You have to.
And he's getting better at these press conferences, I'll say. I've been watching all of these coronavirus task force deals. And I'd say a week ago, and I made people mad on Twitter, just call him like I see him. He was terrible. He was terrible at calming the nation.
Did you say that?
Absolutely.
Oh, why do you want Hillary Clinton to win?
Don't do that when I'm drinking coffee, dude. Anyway, but over the last 7 days, he's gotten much, much better. And I'm telling you that the people that stand behind him up there, they are competent. They know what's going on. Right to the point where, folks like Gavin Newsom,
really good.
governor of California, is praising him.
Yep.
You've got the governor of California
Cuomo?
now, and the governor of New York.
We should play this because...
you want to play Andrew Cuomo?
Praising Donald Trump. Look at this.
Good stuff.
This will amaze you.
His team has been on it. I know a team when they're on it.
What?
And I know a team when they're not on it. His team is on it. They've been responsive late at night, early in the morning, and they've thus far been doing everything that they can do. And I want to say thank you, and I want to say that I appreciate it. And they will have nothing but cooperation and partnership from the state of New York. And we're not Democrats and we're not Republicans. We are Americans at the end of the day. That's who we are. And that's who we are when we are at our best.
I'm really surprised because that guy's a douchebag.
Yeah.
That said, America was never that great to begin with. I mean, that was his thing a while ago.
Oh, that's right.
So
that's right.
To expect something really good from him like that, I mean, that is just an honest assessment of a job well done by the president and his team.
And I will say, honestly, the Andrew Cuomo press conferences are really good. He is honest. He's direct. And but he's calm at the same time. Mm-hmm. And so I've really appreciated his. But like I said, Trump's have gotten really good as well. It's not just the team behind him who are great, but Trump's
done a good job.
Yeah, he really has. So
I think handling this.
This is impossible. I mean, the situation that he has been tasked with is impossible. Mm-hmm. And even when he was acting early, he was lambasted for shutting down travel to China. Right from China, he closed early. Right, wasn't that in January?
Yeah,
did that happen? I'm pretty sure that's when that. Anyhow, and now they're okay. Brace yourself, leftist. The border is now closed. I'm sorry, but they're turning away those seeking refuge here. So I hope you can get over that while we deal with this virus, okay? Is that...
talk about a prudent thing to do.
It took a global pandemic to shut our border down. Remember, a terrorist attack didn't do it 20 years ago. Right. It took a global pandemic, but apparently we're now turning away asylum seekers. Sorry.
And by the way, virtually everybody's doing that. They're doing that in Europe. They're doing it everywhere because it's just a prudent thing to do. You have to know now. Right now, you have to know who's coming across your border and whether or not they're sick. Because you could have people with coronavirus just sneaking across the border and winding up in Texas towns, Arizona, California, all over the country because they can go anywhere once they're here. Is that what you want? I don't think so. Okay, so the policy has not gone into effect, but it's about to. It will.
It's about to go into effect north and south of our nation.
That's great. Canada closed down their border. Are they haters? They closed it down to everybody but Canadians coming from the United States, and I think Americans.
Yeah, Americans.
I think Americans can cross.
So congrats to America. You can still get to Canada.
That's great. Wow, so I can still get up there and see some curling?
That's the only sport I think currently being played, yes.
Is it being played?
I don't know. Somebody tweeted me last night that NBCSN had it, but I don't know if that was...
a repeat?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I never looked into it.
Huh.
So I need to because I'm desperate. I'm so desperate that.
Would you watch? I'm not. I don't think I'm desperate enough to watch curling.
I don't need to be desperate to watch curling. I need to be desperate to watch soccer. I'm not that desperate yet. No.
Yeah, there's no soccer being played.
But we're getting what is this, day 7 without sports.
Sucks.
Yeah. In fact, you had a listener, Racco, suggested that we play paper football in here. You want to play a game of paper football at some point today? I'm not good at this. I don't kick field goals very well.
I haven't played that since school.
Really?
It's been a while, yeah.
In fact, I'm so bad at this, I had to task my son with making these for me
That was a good kick.
yesterday because I can't. But we'll play later. You want to
All
play?
right,
And
sure.
that'll help us pass the time. We'll set up and we'll do it. Oh, you're going to set up a field goal here? Here we go. Okay. All right,
If you make this,
Pat's got his field goal. Here we go.
No.
Oh, wide right.
Just wide.
You're welcome.
Just wide.
Buffalo.
All right, mainstream media, big tech companies, Facebook, Twitter, all, the big mobile companies are all in bed with the left. That's why when you get a chance, we need to support companies who stand with us, and that's Patriot Mobile. They're the only cell phone service that donates a portion of your monthly bill to organizations that fight for the values, the things that you believe in. The right to bear arms, the right to life, religious liberty, supporting veterans. And is it expensive? No, it's not. It's cheaper than the big guys. They've got plans starting at $25. See if you can find that on AT&T or Verizon. You won't. Patriot Mobile plans come with unlimited talk, text, and the same nationwide reliable service you get with everybody else, and no hidden fees. And it's not a hassle either. You can keep your own number. You can change your number if you want. You can bring your own phone. You can get a new one. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat. Get free activation when you use the offer code PAT, plus a free gift when you open a new line. Or call their U.S.-based customer service team at 972-PATRIOT, patriotmobile.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I don't know what it was about Andrew Cuomo yesterday, what got into it, but he was downright almost likable.
I know.
Because he had an exchange with his brother on CNN as well. They had a little argument last night. Here's Andrew and Fredo.
Curfew, I don't like the word curfew. Dad tried to have a curfew for me. I never got past the resentment. But I do believe you'll see more tightening if the numbers don't slow.
The problems with the curfew. It's the least of your problems, just so you know.
I never fight. You violated the curfew all the time, caused much pain, but that's a different story.
I don't believe in rules. Governor Andrew Cuomo, I appreciate you coming on the show. I love you. I'm proud of what you're doing. I know you're working hard for your state, but no matter.
That was good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Brothers fighting on national television.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. That was a real moment for him. That was nice. That was nice. Kind of amazing. I don't remember ever seeing Governor Cuomo on Chris's show before, on Fredo's show.
I don't either.
Has he been on before?
I don't know. It took a global pandemic to get him to join his brother on air.
You would think he'd be on all the time.
I think now we know why. They're going to argue the whole time about who had the more stricter parenting to deal with. Yeah, so I don't know.
I think all siblings go through that. Oh, you had it so easy. You were spoiled the whole time.
That's awesome. You should try being an only child. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you didn't have that argument with anybody, did you?
Nope.
Yeah. All right. 888-933-93. CNN's Dana Bash was talking about Donald Trump. I know. And
more praise.
More praise for Donald Trump.
What is happening?
I'm not sure.
This is an election year. They realize this, right?
This is really kind of weird. And do you remember how pissed off we were when Chris... what's his face? Fat guy from New Jersey?
Chris Christie.
All
you had to say was fat guy from New Jersey.
Chris Christie.
He likes hugs.
When he started falling in love with Obama because of his response to, was it the storm? Was it Sandy?
Yeah.
I think it was the superstorm Sandy.
Right before the Romney election, 2012. Yeah.
And that seemed to really hurt.
Yeah.
It really semed to, and I wonder if they're thinking the same thing. About the praise
the people
Cuomo's
on the left?
giving.
Oh, the people on the left are thinking this? Okay.
Yeah. But tough. I'm glad they get to experience it.
Watch this.
So here's Dana Bash.
I mean, look, this is just coming back to where this conversation started after the press conference. I hear what Sanjay is saying about Tony Fauci giving, a little bit more wiggle room than others. But if you look at the big picture, this was remarkable from the President of the United States. This is a nonpartisan. This is an important thing to note and to applaud from an American standpoint, from a human standpoint. He is being the kind of leader that people need, at least in tone, today and yesterday, in tone that people need and want and yearn for in times of crisis and uncertainty. So we are.
They just don't do that. They don't do that ever.
If the CNN logo wasn't on that clip, I'd be wondering.
You would have thought it was Fox News.
That been manipulated media there?
Did Dana Bash just move to Fox News?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you would have thought. But then you saw the CNN logo and you're like, wow. Are you even speaking English? I don't understand what you're saying.
These are strange times.
It seems like you're saying the president did a good job on something. Huh. Wow. That's kind of cool. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed. Steve tweets, under what constitutional or legal authority could the government close businesses over a virus? Mm-hmm. It's a great question, and I'm wondering the same thing. I don't know. I really don't know if it's, I guess, under the emergency powers, under the Stanford Act. I don't know. I haven't read the whole Stanford Act. We need to do that.
And then, maybe it's the states. Each individual state is what's doing it. They're taking that 10th Amendment authority, right?
Yeah, but you can't supersede the Constitution with that.
Well, I mean, if it's...
You can't violate, local municipalities can't violate the Constitution. So I don't know what
this is. One for the courts, but of course the Supreme Court is on hiatus right now because of the corona.
Yeah, so you can't have 9 people close to each other like that. So
9 old people.
9 old people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. From the Steve 42. So all 57 states have the coronavirus.
Yep. West Virginia, the 57th state to fall.
That never gets old, man. That's 57 state thing. That never. It's just so classic. Retired burping Mike.
That's from the podcast that I interviewed you.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. I don't like all these. If you don't know what we're talking about, go listen to the podcast, the interview that Keith did of me
at the Mike Show on Twitter. Yep.
I don't like all these government mandated shutdowns and curfews. I'd be happy if they just went with the standard duck and cover public service announcement.
Remember those days?
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Great. We're getting checks unless it's direct deposit. What are we supposed to do with them? We can't leave the house, right? Yeah, sorry. You got a check there for $1,000. Good luck with that.
And when you can leave the house, there's nothing on the shelves. You know what, Rob? Yeah. I should have sent you I sent out the pictures this morning of what Walmart looked like yesterday.
Oh, you went?
No milk.
Yeah.
No water now.
Mm-hmm.
No rice. No vinegar. Obviously, no toilet paper.
You know what's happening with the vinegar? People are saying there's some combination of vinegar and honey or something that they're saying kills the virus. It's just not true. But that's a thing that's sweeping the internet, and I think people are probably buying the vinegar thinking it's going to kill the virus.
Okay, I thought that's a strange product to be missing from the shelves.
Yeah, but that's what's going on.
Okay.
From Jeremiah, we already did that. Kara 3022. Are we going to have to declare this? Pay tax on it.
Pay tax on our check?
And pay tax on it next year. Well, of course you are.
Of course you are. Stop it.
Yeah, I got to have that extra $1,000, and so that's going to cost me $250. All right. I don't know. Maybe they'll make this tax-free. That would be nice. But
wow,
I think the best thing they could do is just give us a really nice tax break for a while. Is stop taking money out of our checks for a while. As long as this thing lasts, stop taking money out of our checks. That's not costing the government anything. You're just you're not bringing in as much as you would have, right? It's not your money, it's ours. You're just letting us keep more of our money.
And we got to hope that there are jobs where you can make money, because now they're saying that the unemployment rate could be as high as 20%.
Yeah.
Get there. That is mission critical.
That's crazy. I don't know what good that does to make announcements like that.
Yeah.
But that's what Steve Mnuchin said yesterday, that the unemployment rate could rise to 20% without government intervention because of the impact of the virus. Said the scenario with the lawmakers on Tuesday as he proposed an economic stimulus of $1 trillion or more. So that's what they're doing, this $1.6 trillion thing, hoping to head off impact like that. Because if the unemployment rate goes to 20% and we take the economic hits we're going to take, you're talking depression at that point. That's just the depression unemployment rate, I think, was around 20 or 22%. So that would be very, very bad. Catastrophic.
Keep in mind how hot the economy under Trump has been. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if this thing hit while it was already in terrible shape?
Jeez.
Oh, so
yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things you think of during this. You're like, well, hey, at least it's in a good place, or was a week ago.
Yeah, or was.
Yeah.
They're starting to make some really dire predictions. There was a startling report from the Imperial College of London. They warned that 2.2 million Americans and 510,000 Britons could die from this. Thank you. That's great. Appreciate that. The report's dire warnings prompted a quick course correction for both American and British governments on their strategies and recommendations for a longer timeline. 18 months now is what they're saying, to stem the tide that could have far-reaching implications on both economies. The report states the effectiveness of mitigation, which includes isolating only the sick and those linked to them, while advocating social distancing for at-risk groups, is limited. It instead recommends suppression, a much more wide-ranging tactic to curb coronavirus spread. Well, aren't they kind of doing that to us now? Aren't we being suppressed right now when you can't go to a restaurant, you can't go to a bar, you can't go to the movies, you can't go to the gym? That seems pretty suppressed.
I mean, Bill de Blasio can go to the gym.
Yeah, one more time. Just one more time, though.
Yeah.
The researchers say the suppression will minimally require a combination of social distancing of the entire population, home isolation of cases, and household quarantine of their family members. We're doing that. It also recommends school closures. We're doing that. The report notes that this strategy could have to be in place until a vaccine is developed, which could take 18 months. This is just getting really depressing.
Yeah, baseball going to have a conference call today.
About canceling the season?
Nah, they're saying it's probably going to be July.
July.
We'll start in July, opening day.
Because it was Memorial Day, right?
Yes, it was.
So yesterday we were talking about Memorial Day. Today we're talking about July for MLB?
Well, that's the rumor. They're going to have a meeting today.
Oh, if it's a rumor, you know they're going to do that. You know they're going to do it.
That's how it went down last time.
If it's been proposed, you know what? We should probably do this in July. That's what they're going to do.
Well, and in hockey, you have Ottawa Senators player that is tested positive. Shh.
Oh, really?
Shh. Stop that. Basketball, you know,
7 now in basketball.
Kevin Durant and 4 Brooklyn Nets.
Yep.
Have the virus.
Somebody on the Pistons and then 2 Utah Jazz. So
it's
over. It's NBA season's over. I think. I really believe that. I believe the NBA season's over. I believe hockey's over. I think maybe a partial season for Major League Baseball, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's over too.
Yeah, well, they have crowned, the NCAA champion. Well, obviously, the state of Florida says that Florida State, they passed a resolution because they have nothing else going on in Florida, so they pass a resolution saying the Florida State Seminoles are the national champions of basketball. Shut up, you. But I love this tweet somebody sent of, they get them while they last. 2020 NCAA champion T-shirts, $19.99. Really, those are available anywhere. If you're not watching us on Blaze TV, it's a blank white T-shirt.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's the kind of humor it's going to get us through this, guys. Oh, boy.
I like that. I just don't want to see the same T-shirt for the NCAA football champion.
No.
Or the Super Bowl champion for the NFL next year.
Oh, Tom Brady's playing for the Buccaneers now.
We got to get into that. That's amazing. That's not going to be fun to see.
Not in the NFC South.
No. Got some tweets here. Pat Unleashed. Pastor Sam Burton, if you need a job, grocery stores have plenty of work to do. For now.
Yeah. Got to restock those shelves.
Yeah, and do deliveries and things. Oh, is this?
No, yeah,
Is this
what I
from
took.
your trip to Walmart?
Yeah, yesterday. Look at it. If you ever wanted to see behind the milk shelves at your local Walmart or grocery store,
There it is.
Might be the day to do that. You can see the guy
look
back
at that.
there.
Oh man,
That was
that
was the
bread?
vinegar. That was the rice. That's where the rice
Rice.
was supposed to be.
Huh.
Yeah, rice. And then that's where the water would normally be.
Okay.
All through there.
Now, what time was this? Like in the afternoon, right?
This was early afternoon.
Wonder because doesn't Walmart get restocked every day? I know.
Okay, so this should be a 24-hour Walmart. You know, now they're opening it at 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was 5 hours after they would have opened, about noon yesterday.
Jeez, wow.
Yep.
Pretty well cleaned out. Got this from George A. Crocker. I hate to be the party pooper here. No toilet paper. But the reason the left is now praising Trump is because they love free money, so-called, and see it as socialism. Yay!
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. The Republicans don't care about any of these giveaways. We fought like hell when they did the big giveaway in the Obama year, $770 billion. Remember that? I mean, we were really pissed off about that. Now they're talking about something that's almost double that size, and everybody's, oh, good job. Yeah, that's great.
And I think these states just want the money. They don't,
they do.
So they know how to play the game and praise Trump. Wish I'd thought of that. I just thought it was, I had a flash of thinking we were coming together. Never mind. Scratch that. What was I on?
Also from Lynn Evans, for governors Newsom and Cuomo to be praising the president's coronavirus efforts. I suspect there's a possibility of more money coming.
There it is.
Yeah,
See?
both of them.
There it is. All right, I got it.
Through that little ruse. All right. That happy sound means it's time to chew the fat with Jeffy. Due to social distancing.
Ooh, one of the benefits, actually, of the coronavirus is Jeffy doesn't come in.
He is at home this morning. Yes.
In the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
I am in the bunker, which is really just a room above the garage, but it's a special place.
Okay.
You are going to have to pay. You still pay your taxes, though, Pat. They still want you to file on the 15th.
What?
Okay. Yeah, you have to file or you have to ask for an extension, but you can postpone your payment for 90 days.
Oh, well, I postpone every year.
Okay.
My person does it they postpone it automatically. Just they know that I'm not going to have it ready by then.
So you're
yeah, I think she's probably already filed an extension for me. So yeah, that's done. Good. All right. Well, wonderful.
And Trump only wants to give us a grand, not even a month. It's just a one-time $1,000 payment.
Cheapskate. Cheapskate.
That's not enough.
That's not enough.
Go big or go home, President Trump. Let's go.
Well,
we need some cash.
Bernie Sanders wanted to make us completely whole, no matter how much we make. Huh? And then you just want to give me a lousy $1,000?
I don't know how we pay for it. I mean, look, I am far from a guy, but I don't know how we pay for it. I mean, you were talking about New York City and shutting down. I mean, cities are shutting down their school systems all over, right? And I was looking at some of the numbers from New York City. 750,000 of New York City's public school students are low income. Okay, 114,000 are homeless.
Wow.
20% have special needs. I mean,
wow.
How are you feeding them? How are you helping them? I don't know. I don't know how you do it. And they're saying that they're going to give supervision for children for the medical workers and the first responders and the transit workers. Okay. I mean, have fun. Have at it. Boy. But I don't know how. I guess some cities are having the school buses drop food off to the neighborhoods where the kids, normally
like the school lunch and whatever.
So I'm just sending my kids out to the corner. My children are not homeschooled. They get free.
Yeah, okay.
Can you imagine?
You're paying for that. You might as well get it.
Can you imagine, though, all of these idle people, not just the adults, but the kids? There's a lot of time on everybody's hands in a place like New York City. What's the crime rate going to be this time next week?
Oh, it doesn't matter, right? We've got judges. We've got judges just letting people out. If you have anything involving a low level or nonviolent offense, have a nice day. Get out of here. We don't want you in the jail. And they're doing that in all over the country now. Get out. We don't want any chance of catching any kind of COVID-19 in the jails. So get out. If you were just here because we normally throw you in jail, have a nice day. Get out of here. We don't even want you here. I mean, I'm kind of a fan. This is a low-level crime. Shut up. Let me go home. But I don't know what to do. I'm seriously. You talked earlier about their shutting. I mean, I have other stories, and we can go to them. But I mean, I honestly, it's all that you're thinking about. I don't know. You're shutting down businesses, telling them, "Hey, you can't be open." What?
Yeah, I don't understand how that's even constitutional. I don't get it. I don't understand it unless there's some kind of War Powers Act that they're relying on, or this. Is it Stafford or Stanford or Stafford Act? It's a Matthew Stafford
Act.
The quarterback of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, he's getting into
drew up
politics.
this act.
Yeah.
What the hell does he know about it?
Stafford Act with me, and today.
Yeah.
Here in the bunker, I don't have it here, so I don't know the Stafford Act word for word.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's possible. I guess so. We're not stopping them. We're letting them do it. So, okay. Right. Yesterday, you talked about the Tennessee man, Matt Colvin, right, who had 17,700 bottles of hand sanitizer. They forced him to donate most of it to a church, and then they took the rest.
Yeah.
State. Well, we just take it.
Yeah.
You didn't even get an opportunity to sell it at fair market price.
That's unbelievable to me. That's unbelievable.
You have that story that talks about how bad this guy is, how bad Matt is, and what a terrible person he is. And he's like, my brother and I, this is what we do.
Yeah.
And then there's another story from Vancouver, same thing, only they're praising these coronavirus hustlers, talking about how they went out and bought all these products and now are making money selling their products, the soap, the toilet rolls, the cleaning products. Wait, Vancouver, it's a good thing and you're hustlers, but in Tennessee, we want to burn the guy at the stake? Hey.
It's nuts.
It's a weird place.
Look, if somebody had the foresight to buy items in advance before there was an emergency, and now there's an emergency and you can't get them except from them, then that's just good for them. That's good business, right?
In Tennessee, I'm sure that they get angry at the Tennessee Titans for having event pricing at the football.
Yep.
Oh, right. And boycott the games, right? Then put the general manager of the Titans in prison.
Yeah, and whoever runs the airport there in Nashville for, what is it, $8 for a bottle of water, Oh, that's Jerry Jones.
Those are special event prices. That's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Really weird place.
Yeah. How about charging $40 for a parking spot during these events?
Thank you.
That seems a little excessive to me. That seems like price gouging to me. I don't see anybody going to jail over that.
Yeah.
Sure does. Not even close are they going to jail. They're happy for it.
Yeah, the problem is this guy here, this Matt Colvin or whatever, doesn't have a lobby. He's not up there greasing the palms of politicians who make these laws. If he did, then it'd be a different story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good news is, though, if you're working on trying to get a coronavirus cure, there's a Russian porn star that says, "Hey, man, I'm going to have sex with you right now if you create the cure." So, I mean, it's good news. Scientists are busy, and maybe they're slowing down. They're getting tired. They don't really. We don't need a vaccine right away. I'm tired. Porn stars are offering free sex if you get that virus taken care of right now. That's good.
That's going to disincentivize finding a cure. Gross.
What do you mean gross? Wait.
You don't know where that's been. Well, you do, actually. You actually do know where that's been. And it's been to too many places. So, no thank you.
Too many. We also are starting to do what I've been crying for the past, at least 5 years. Universal Studios is saying we're going to make our movies available to watch at home.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Me too. Now they're saying that they're suggesting 48-hour rentals for $20. That's cheaper than
20.
My plan.
20.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah. What's your plan?
Well, I was thinking that, if you make a new movie available, say, and I was trying to keep the movie theaters alive. I mean, they're just going to shut down now. There's no way that they.
I've noticed in the suburbs they're still open as of yesterday. Now that could change completely today, but the suburban movie theaters were still open in the DFW yesterday.
And I get emails from all of them saying, we're keeping all our theaters clean. We're hosing it down after every movie. Please come to the theater. Please come to the theater. If you've done business there, I keep any business that's still open, they are blasting. If you shopped with them, you're getting emails from them saying, please come and do business with us. So, I mean, if you can get out and aren't under a mandated neighborhood quarantine.
Yeah.
That's
and aren't forced to shelter in place.
I mean, look at those low gas prices. So we can't go anywhere. Great, give it to me for free.
Yeah,
you still can't go anywhere, and you have an opportunity if you don't, the check doesn't come through from President Trump for $1,000, and you don't want to spend the $20 on the new movie online. You can always. I caught a little bit of one of the episodes of My Strange Addictions. On TLC. It used to be on TLC. They're just running repeats now, the top 10. And they had an episode of the top 10 My Strange Addictions. If you get an opportunity, you may want to catch that because they really aren't addictions, most of them. They're like people with really bad mental problems. And they should be put away. And a couple with that are addicted to coffee enemas. A lady.
Coffee enemas?
Okay, that's creepy. No, thank you.
They have a lady that had a relationship with her blow dryer. We had a guy that had a relationship with his car. We had a lady this is the top 10, by the way. We had a lady who licks her cat, and she likes her cat hair. We had a lady who likes snorting baby powder. We had a guy who is in love with his inflatable blow-up yellow dragon. I can understand a blow-up doll that looks like a human, but not a dragon.
Can you?
We had a lady that is eating the insides of a mattress. She's addicted to the mattress stuff. Oh, we had the lady who is addicted to extreme body makeovers. I mean, she had him put in a corset. Inside using pigskin so that her stomach is flat and hard. Okay. I mean, just control.
Why is it okay to exploit these people with mental illnesses? That's just weird.
Well, addictions, right? They're calling them and I know that the show, I don't think My Strange Addictions is on anymore. I think they went for 6 or 7 seasons, and it's on Hulu and Netflix, and they just keep rerunning them. But and of course they're exploiting them, and they're exploiting them to the point where they always have to go out and show someone that doesn't know about their addiction. They have to tell them, like the guy that loves his car finally is going to tell his dad, Dad, I love my car.
Okay. No, I mean I love my car. Jeffy, I'm just curious, since you've been self quarantining and not able to get out or anything, like how have you been passing the time? Like, are you taking advantage of this dollar store stuff like that, opening up early for the really old?
Getting stuff done. The to-do list is just, all the stuff that I was going to get to, I have time to get to it. And it's just, you don't do any of it. It's the same thing. I don't know. It's really strange. Yeah. Really strange because you're in, I like to leave my house, and I have a feeling that my family likes me to go. So, I every so often I just walk outside and just kind of wander around the block for a little bit, just kind of okay.
Well, have you been selling any of your artwork? Since like the uber rich are selling their paintings right now that they've been stockpiling over the years. Wonder if you've been up to that.
Good luck. I mean, you can't. Nobody's. You can't if you who's having a yard sale? Are you gonna try to bring people into the house to buy stuff?
Wow, yeah.
No, just delivering your stuff. You're gonna. Amazon is saying, "Ooh, we'll get it to you maybe next month, unless it's a medical necessity."
Well, if you're sheltering in place, you might consider reading Glenn Beck's new book, "Arguing with Socialists." Ta-da! Ta-da! I think it's actually out officially April 7th.
Yeah.
Right? But you could probably pre-order it right now, so you make sure you have it on the 7th, and then just start reading it.
Yeah. And chances are we'll still be sheltering in place on the 7th.
Oh, almost for sure. Almost certainly we will.
And once we get into April, the Amazon claims they'll be delivering again, so you'll be able to get the book.
Yeah, like Pastor Sam suggested, I bet grocery stores are probably hiring to stock shelves. Amazon is expanding their workforce. You can be a delivery driver for these restaurants, and that's the only way that they can handle food and customers right now. There might be opportunities out there right now if you're in a bad spot employment-wise.
Well, look, and Uber Eats but Uber Eats is not even charging. They're saying we're going to bypass delivery fees. Please use us. Have food come to your. I don't know how we're going to pay for it all. I don't know.
Well, don't look at the debt clock.
Oh, we don't even care about that. They've just unplugged that thing.
They might as well. We're not paying any attention to it. All right, let's give $1,000 to every person in the United States of America, no matter what. And let's give $2.8 trillion to the airline industry. And let's give $3 trillion to Uber drivers. And stop. Nobody cares. They just don't care. And especially Republicans. And it's despicable, because if Trump proposes it, perfectly fine with everybody. Perfectly fine. I mean, since when are we for these TARP-type bailouts that cost us so much money that, by the way, we don't have? I don't know. Well, since Trump. That's when.
Yeah, but Trump.
Yep.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. You know, with all the talk about the coronavirus, people have just stopped talking about the flu, which has killed over 16,000 people. I think it's close to 18,000 right now. Hospitalized over 250,000 in the U.S. Season's not even over yet. One of the best ways to avoid getting sick is a healthy immune system. And that's why you should fortify your body every day like I do with Field of Greens by Brickhouse Nutrition. One scoop has a full serving of real USDA-certified organic fruits and vegetables. And it boosts your energy. It boosts your immune system. Doctors agree a diet full of fruits and vegetables can reduce your risk of heart disease. Plus, Field of Greens is prebiotic, probiotic, and a great source of vitamins, fiber, and other nutrients. Just take a scoop, put it into a glass of water, stir it up, drink it down. It's fantastic. Right now, save 15% off your first order when you use the offer code PAT at brickhousepat.com. Subscribe today, and you'll save an extra 10% every month. This virus season, turn your immune system into a brickhouse with Field of Greens from brickhousepat.com. That's brickhousepat.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Because Jeffy is filled with so many different diseases, all battling it out for supremacy inside his body. He is sheltering in place at home, and he's away.
They
from
wouldn't
the
let me in the building. I don't know what to tell you. They strongly advised. Why don't you just stay home?
Yeah, and you said, well, I don't really want to. And they said, no, you really, really should stay at home.
No, they're telling people to stay, and you should really just kind of, here's a mic and go. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still doing the podcast every day, which you can subscribe to, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. We're still posting stuff on the YouTube channel, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher, which you should subscribe to.
Right.
I mean, I'm still giving and giving and giving. I'm just doing it from here.
That reminds me. You're my victim this week on my podcast. So thankfully, I interviewed you before you were quarantined. So if you want to really get to know Jeff Fisher, check out At the Mike Show.
Did you ask him which is worse? Is it the syphilis, the gonorrhea? Is it the
right? That's going to be interview number 2.
Okay.
Because we were at the point in the interview where I was already grossed out enough from what he was telling me that we just saved the diseases for late. That's going to be interview number 2.
Okay.
Everyone knows it's just a matter of which is inflamed. Then that one is
Everyone knows that. Okay.
If you had to rank everything running around inside your body, who is typically the hardest to tamp down? Which one?
Gee, that's tough. It just depends. It's the weather.
It depends on the weather. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, speaking of formats and podcasts and all that, don't forget we're also Blaze Live is on Pluto TV now.
Yes, channel 250.
Channel 250. That's so. I mean, we just give and give and give.
Exactly.
Right, and then we give some more. And all we want you to do is take. Just take it.
We're like the government.
Right. Yes. I mean, we're like sending you free stuff every day, not just once. I mean, you're going to get $1,000 check, then it's gone. We continue to give and give and give on Pluto TV, on YouTube. We're on Spotify and iTunes and all these different locations.
YouTube.com/Pat Gray.
Thank you. That's right. All right. 888-900-3393. Let's go to Sam, who is apparently a grocery store worker and can fill us in on what's going on. Hey, Sam.
Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? And
Good.
Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
I've passed. I actually wanted to kind of add an addendum to my tweet from earlier too. This is Pastor Sam. And while it sounded kind of bleak that grocery stores aren't going to be open for who knows how long, right? Mm-hmm. But what they've said, we're a branch of Kroger stores kind of out here in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as
are you Smith's? Is it Smith's then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
Okay.
So as far as what they've told us is, if we do shut down, I work the online shopping department. People put in orders online, and that is in madness. They've actually capped off our orders so we can get people what they need and that kind of thing. But they've said that if they do have to quote shut down, they'll actually turn the whole store into an online shopping warehouse. Like half the employees would then just focus on receiving product and stocking the shelves. Mm-hmm. And the other half, they expand our staging areas, refrigerators, freezers, so that people can just come pick up groceries.
Fill orders. Yeah.
But they have hinted that they might have to close to people just coming in.
No, it's always out there, I guess. Of course, some county where we're at here just ordered, Sunday night, passed an order that, for no restaurants, no theaters,
mm-hmm.
all the theaters here in Park City, even churches were named too in this thing. So I could see maybe that happening. I don't know. It's a constant fluid situation. So it could change at any time.
So where are you in? Did you say you're in Park City?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So you're up where all the people have lots and lots of money and they can spend whatever they please on groceries every day. Right?
True.
Yeah.
Wait, Sam, I've got a very important question since you're there.
Okay.
What is the name of your coworker, the female that keeps shouting in the background over the PA?
Yeah, tell them to shut up.
Yeah,
Don't they know you're on the phone right now with an important show?
Right. When you're calling Pat Gray Unleashed, she needs to zip it. Can you tell her that for us?
I would, but I'd probably get like a Jeffy response. So I don't know.
No, tell her right now.
First of all. All right. Thanks, Sam. Good luck up there in rich person land with the millionaires and the billionaires.
I mean, some of these stores have got to start restricting the number of customers at a time, right? I mean, if there's
I'm sure they'll do that. Yeah, they've already done that, right? Some of them have already done that, and that's why we've seen some of the lines around the Costco's.
So wait a minute. Is it like each grocery store is going to have a bouncer now? They stand there and they hold the rope back, and
They do hold people back.
Wow.
Yeah. Because they don't want too many people in there mingling together to get sick. But I can't imagine a scenario where food stores shut down, because we have to have food. If you shut down if you shut down grocery stores, we're really in trouble.
Well, Sam was saying turning them into warehouses, basically.
Right. Won't be able to just drive by and pick up your food. You're not going to be able to go in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I could see that. Or they have to deliver it to you, maybe. I don't know. But they can't close completely, right? You can't close the grocery stores. You're in real trouble if you do that.
You live in America, my friend?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I was thinking we live in America, but that was stupid.
That was so last week, man.
That was so last week or early this week, but not anymore. All right, 888-900-3393. Got this tweet from Greg Abbott, who says these drive-through testing locations are coming soon to a place near you. Pretty soon you're going to get the drive-through testing, and that looks like this.
Yeah, see how much of this you want to watch this.
The patient is instructed to put the vehicle in park while the safety officer verifies the name, date of birth, and phone number of the individual. The patient is then provided a surgical mask and a paper towel so that the patient can wipe their nose before and after the testing. The safety officer briefly describes the testing process and
They have not
ensures
gotten
there are
somebody
no
better
questions.
in Texas to do that.
The safety officer moves the cones and instructs the patient to put the car in drive and move slowly into the testing area.
Or is it a test for COVID?
As the vehicle approaches, the lane is closed behind the vehicle to ensure no unexpected.
I could watch this all day. I could watch it all day.
I feel like I'm back in school, man.
Okay, I get it. And then they shoot you in the head when they find out you've had the virus. And so
that's not on the video.
Why aren't you letting me pull away?
Because we're about to shoot you in the head and just drag you and dump you in a mass grave.
Wait. The road's that way. Why are you directing me off to the right here?
Yeah, we're gonna have you park right here, sir. And if you would, just get out and crawl in this little ditch right here. It's about 6 feet by 6 feet.
Wait, why?
And
why are you holding that bat, and why is he holding that gun?
Because it's a lot cooler down here, and you'll be more comfortable underground.
Just leave your keys right there in the car. You're not going to need them.
Right. There's less germs down here. So.
Oh, there's less germs down there?
Yeah, crawl right in there.
Well,
crawl right on
that
in.
You should have led with that.
I mean, we joke around, but holy cow. It certainly doesn't seem like that's far off.
I know. With all the freedoms we're losing, and I keep hearing people say, well, do you want to stop the spread of the virus, or don't you? Do you want to be safe, or don't you? Well, I don't want to lose all my freedom to be safe. No. I'll take my chances, with my freedom. Because as Ben Franklin and Thomas Jefferson said a version of it too, if you're going to sacrifice your freedom for your safety, you don't deserve either, and you're going to lose both.
Okay, well, someone hates their health, apparently. All righty, I hear you.
I don't even know who those guys are you were talking about.
Most people don't.
Most people don't.
So that's perfect.
Speaking of politicians, whatever, here we are well into hour 2. We haven't even mentioned that Joe Biden won 3 primaries yesterday.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even remember there was a primary last night.
Basically sealing the deal here. He won Illinois, Florida, and Arizona, and it's pretty much insurmountable at this point. So there's your Democratic primary update. Our biggest story from 2 weeks ago that now we don't even
care. We don't even care about it.
Whatever. All right.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm looking at the Drudge Report right now. It's not even a major headline.
Wow.
It's not even a headline. I don't see the story.
Really?
There's
nothing on there? Oh, my God.
Maybe he didn't win. Maybe it didn't happen.
Maybe not. Maybe not. So he won Florida, Ohio?
No, Illinois,
Illinois,
Arizona,
and
Florida.
Okay,
Ohio got postponed by that
Oh, I thought they were going to go ahead with Ohio. No?
That was going back and forth the last minute. They said nope.
Wow.
And then somebody else moved theirs as well. Georgia. Yeah.
Bunch of babies. Did he win Florida by a lot? Because I can't even find the story. I don't even know where it is.
Hang on. I'll let you know.
And
Stand by for news. Okay. 62 pop-up ad won that. The pop-up ad won in Florida. 62 to 23 in Florida.
Almost 40 points.
Bloomberg checking in with 8.5%. Who else was it? Illinois?
Yeah.
All right,
And Arizona.
Okay, so in Biden won in Illinois by a total of lots of votes to fewer votes.
Okay.
Picked the wrong story for that number.
That's how they went.
And then, anyhow, Arizona, sure.
And Arizona, too.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
It's over. Basically, it's over.
Yeah. I don't think any of them were close.
Wow. I mean, if I don't see how Bernie Sanders keeps going, but he probably will. Let's see. Got some tweets here from Clarence Angels. You've got to ask yourself in this time of crisis, what would crooked Hillary do? And be happy that she's not in charge. Biden's verbal sparring partner. So y'all finally figured a way to social distance yourselves from Jeffy. You've got him quarantined at an undisclosed location. Good thinking.
That's all for our safety.
We should have thought of this sooner.
From It's a Dry Cough. I just feel safer knowing that Jeffy is boarded up in his quarantine bunker. See, everybody's kind of on the same wavelength here. From Piltdown Posse, if Bloomberg could have given every American $1 million and had some left over for lunch, shouldn't we be getting more money? Yes. Yes, we should.
Yes, we should have.
From Wabbit season, with all these shutdowns and no sports, I need Pat Gray Bingo.
Oh,
that's coming.
April 13th. I guarantee you that Pat Gray Bingo returns before Major League Baseball does. You can take that to the bank.
Yes.
That's true. You know, there's been a great meme yesterday that was going around of day without sports, day 6 without sports. And you got the guy looking out the window says, watching birds fight over worms. Cardinals lead the Blue Jays 3-1.
That's funny. You gonna see what they did there? See what they did?
I do.
Okay. It is hard with us. So is today day 7 then? Is it day 7 without sports?
Yeah, because remember, it was Wednesday night when the NBA went out on the court in Oklahoma, and they're like, whoa, that Rudy guy just tested positive. We're shutting down the NBA that night. NHL followed suit the next day. Baseball was supposed to start a week from tomorrow, 26th.
And now 7 people in the NBA are infected with coronavirus. 1 person in the NHL that I know of. And I don't think anybody in baseball has it.
A minor leaguer for the Yankees.
Okay. What about football? Any football players have it? Do we know?
No. Let's play ball. Let's start the season
let's
now.
start football then.
Right? What do you think about Tom Brady playing for the
Tom
Buccaneers?
Brady's ready. Yeah, baby.
What do you think of that?
Playing for Tampa Bay, that's got to please you, right? I mean, that gives him a shot. That gives him a shot.
It does feel like it gives him a shot, doesn't it?
Yes.
It really does.
I don't know if they're certainly not the favorite, but it gives him a shot.
I know. I mean, the guy is 100 years old, and yet it gives you a shot.
He's
It's
42, 43, whatever.
In NFL years, he's 100.
He's still, I mean, he wasn't terrible last year. He's threw for over 4,000 yards, had 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's not bad for a 43-year-old man.
I know.
That's not bad. And with a better team, with, more skill players around him, maybe he'll do even better. We'll see.
But he's only going to make, what, $30 million?
I can't believe the Patriots weren't willing to pay him that. After all he's done for them.
That was weird how that went down. I didn't quite
really
follow
weird.
that.
Apparently, he had a really bad conversation with Belichick, and Belichick told him, we're not going to pay you that kind of money. So if you want to come back for, I don't know, 18, 20 million, fine, but we're not paying you 30. That's pretty ungrateful, I think, for all he's done for that franchise. Yeah. 6 Super Bowl titles. Are you kidding me? Out of 12 times he's gone.
At one time, didn't he even renegotiate his deal to help them out with the
Yes.
With the bottom line?
Not one time. He did it multiple times. He did it multiple. He made the mistake, I think, This is just my personal opinion. I don't know how he's doing his finances. But I think he figures, Giselle makes more than I do. It doesn't matter that much. So I'll give the team a cut rate so that we can bring in more talent. I think that's what he does.
Well,
and I think he probably paid a price for that because he should have been the highest paid football player.
I think toward the end, though, he was rattling a little bit, and they gave him a pay raise or something. Yeah, well, and I think what's getting lost in this with the Tampa Bay angle is that Jameis Winston's first pass as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer in the league was a pick six against the Titans. And his last pass with the Buccaneers was a pick six against the Falcons. That's fun. Jameis Winston.
That's a fun trivia fact. I like that. I don't like Jameis Winston. Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah, where's he going to go?
33 touchdowns last year, 30 interceptions. He's the first 30-30 quarterback ever in the NFL.
Good. I love it.
That's great. But you know what? He also threw for 5,100 yards. That's just, wow. That's impressive. Yeah. That part is impressive.
Yes, it is.
All right, losing your hair sucks. We all know that. But what you may not know is there's something you can do about it now. You don't have to just take it anymore. You can go with one of the 2 FDA hair loss products that have been approved by the FDA. It's the real deal. These generic versions save you a fortune, too. It's really easy to take care of this. You don't have to go to the doctor and make some kind of appointment, answer a bunch of embarrassing questions in person. You just answer a few questions online, snap some pictures of your hair, and a doctor reviews everything and recommends the right FDA-approved hair loss treatment for you. Then it's shipped discreetly to your door, works about 90% of the time, stops the hair loss, and for 66% of men, it triggers hair regrowth. It's just an awesome product. And you can save 50% right now at keeps.com. Keeps.com/Pat for half off. Go to keeps.com/Pat. 888-933-93 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We were just talking about Tom Brady a minute ago. Can you imagine if he had the people around him like Matt Ryan?
All right, don't do this.
Like Matt Ryan, for instance.
I don't.
Can you imagine what he might have accomplished? The one year he did when he had Randy Moss, look what happened. They were 18-0.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know.
So
I gotcha. So anyway.
So
fun fact, another fun fact. Tampa Bay will be the host of this year's Super Bowl. So Tom Brady trying to lead a team to be the home team for the first time ever in a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Kind of.
Now he's in the NFC.
Yes, it would.
It's not cool.
All right. 888-933-93. Jules. Hey, you're on the Blaze. Hi, Jules.
Hey, good morning, Pat, Jeffy, and Keith.
Hey.
How are things?
How are you doing?
I heard there's more news, and it's not necessarily great.
There's always news, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I went into relapse in January.
Oh, no.
So I have to have another BMT.
A BM, is that like bacon, mutton, and tomato?
No, mayonnaise.
Yeah, mayonnaise and tomato, right? No, bone marrow transplant.
Oh, okay. Bone marrow transplant. Yeah, that's different. So you got to go through the whole process again?
Yes.
Oh, Jules.
How long were you in the hospital last time dealing with the first transplant?
Oh, like 5 months.
5 months. Jeez.
And this one's going to be similar time span?
Did it only seem like 4, though?
No. Seemed like
okay.
8.
Like 8.
Shoot, I thought we were...
Time usually flies by when you're in the hospital like that.
Oh, man.
How are you doing with this coronavirus stuff? Is that affecting your health as well?
I'm nervous about it, that's for sure.
Yeah, I bet.
Because my immune system is really compromised.
Yeah. You got. So are you staying home away from everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, good.
Absolutely. My mom came back from Texas, and she's staying with me, and she's gonna be the only one allowed to be in the hospital with me.
Oh, wow.
Are you? When do you go back to the hospital?
Yeah, when is it?
The 23rd.
Okay. All right. Well, we will reignite the prayers for Jules hashtag and make sure that everybody's praying for you.
Okay.
Well, by the way, I don't think Jeffy's in quarantine. He's in witness protection.
Yeah.
You're probably right. All right. Thanks,
okay.
Jules. Good luck. God bless. We'll be praying for you.
So back in on Monday for another 5 months or so.
Oh, yeah, that's the 23rd. Gosh, it's the 18th already. Wow. Okay.
All right. Prayers for Jules.
Oh, man. Jeez. And she's always so upbeat anyway, despite all the trouble. She's fantastic.
Amazing.
888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. We get some tweets here.
Oh, before you do that, I don't want to forget. There's a fun playlist at youtube.com/Pat Gray.
Wait, youtube.com/Pat Gray.
That's right. And that's Gray. Okay.
All right.
And there's a playlist of all of your fun songs over the years. So What's That? Who pays your salary is on there.
What's that? Who pays your salary?
Yeah. Anyhow.
Incredible lyrics on that.
Right. And the Al Gore song,
Took me a long time to come up with it.
I can understand that.
Genius lyrics.
I heard you rip that off from somebody.
No, I didn't. It's not true.
Well, I mean,
it's not
sounded
true.
Similar to what I heard. Anyway, so there's a Run Liz Run is on there. Oh my
You're
gosh.
probably a mommy.
Yeah. Al Gore's dramatic global warming poem. Oh, American Mormon is on there. I'd forgotten that one.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's so many. So the playlist is available. Just scroll down when you get to youtube.com/Pat Gray.
I will. I'll do that. The Steve 42 tweets. I thought Glenn Beck already wrote Arguing with Idiots. Well, yeah. And this is sort of a sequel of sorts.
Arguing with
Socialists. Out April 7th. It looks just like Arguing with Idiots.
I see what you did there.
Which somebody brilliant helped out with. Arguing with Idiots. Yeah.
Who's that?
Not this one, but yeah, some brilliant guy. I think he did some of those songs at what was it? youtube.com/Pat
Gray.
Pat Gray.
Yeah. So one and the same, huh?
Yeah.
Small world.
So Arguing with Socialists released April 7th. Okay? Has not been canceled by the coronavirus. You can actually take the book and read it while you're holed up in your house and you got nothing else to do but listen to the podcast and read the book. Swankthink tweets, my friends on both sides are mad at me now because I've been making the sacrificing liberty for security argument. Yeah, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I do. It's been quite enlightening. Didn't realize how many conservative until a crisis friends I had. Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting? Well, do you want to get sick? Do you want people to die? No. No. But it's not worth our liberty, okay? Our liberty is paramount here.
Thank you.
It's paramount. The Constitution is paramount, and we can't lose sight of that. I don't care what's happening. You can't lose sight of the Constitution. We can't suspend the Constitution. We can't pretend it doesn't exist. We can't put it on hold for a little while. The Constitution has to remain in place. Is that too much, Jeffy? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, you are talking crazy.
Okay.
So wait, what?
Calm down.
For those that maybe aren't quite following the math here, you're saying that the Constitution, what was it again?
Is paramount.
Is paramount.
That doesn't mean the movie company. That's not what I'm saying. Paramount in that it supersedes all else. Yeah.
Wow. Write this day down. I've never heard such crazy talk.
I know.
Ever.
It is. It's crazy talk. Crazy talk. AR-14 Schiffler tweets, the virus would have killed itself if Hillary were president. Well, then we wouldn't have a problem, though, so it might have been good. Roker's TP stash. That's Al Roker and his...
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
So that's why he needed a TP stash. See, it's really only been a week without sports. Well, it seems like it was a month ago, or maybe many months ago, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. It's killing me. Seriously, it's killing me. Yeah. I don't have the virus, but the lack of sports is killing me. I can't take it.
Right, we're left for Instagram videos of our sports heroes right now. That's what we got.
I'm digging for what did I read this morning? The athletic director at BYU talking about the fact that there's no sports at BYU.
You want to play paper football? I mean, we got that. Oh yeah,
we got that. That's a nice. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Let's play what Dr. Drew has to say, because Dr. Drew's got a little perspective on this whole
time
thing.
he's been
Dr. Drew Pinsky, here's what he's saying about this virus.
I don't claim to know what's motivating the media, but my God, their reporting is absolutely reprehensible. They should be ashamed of themselves. They are creating a panic that is far worse than the viral outbreak. The bottom line, everybody, is listen to Anthony Fauci at the CDC, do what he tells you, and go about your business. That's the story. There's not one doctor I've spoken to that disagrees with me. Not one. I ran into an agreement with Dr. Oz last night. He was saying the same thing. We're all telling you the same thing. Stop listening to journalists. They don't know what they're talking about. Listen to the CDC, listen to Anthony Fauci, and do not listen to anybody else. This is the job of those people. They are highly trained professionals. They know what they're doing. Just follow their direction. You know, I saw CNN reporters this morning talking to an infectious disease doctor from Vanderbilt, a very fine infectious disease doctor, but I wanted to scream at him, tell these people to stop. Tell the press to stop. They went, oh, my God, what about the testing? And we don't have testing. And the doctor just simply calmly went, no, we have private and public testing. We're rolling it out. We have it. We have the same as other countries. Oh, but we don't. Shut up. We do. And by the way, you don't test people willy-nilly. The way medical tests are done is you have criteria for the test. Doctors determine that criteria. You apply the test. Testing randomly is called a screening test. That's no longer a diagnostic test. You do diagnostic tests when the index of suspicion of the illness is high. Then, otherwise, you don't test. If you have an index of suspicion that is moderate, you tell people to stay home. That's it. It's awful that people get sick. I know. I got H1N1. It sucked. I treated people with it. It was awful. And we have another awful virus circulating around now. And by the way, if you combine corona and influenza this year, it's still just a moderate flu season. It's not even a severe flu season.
God. Wow.
That's
I mean, that puts a whole different perspective on it, doesn't it?
Sure does.
It kind of puts everything into context.
Yeah.
I didn't know Dr. Drew got H1N1. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is weird.
So did 60 million other people, by the way, and over 12,000 of them died. And there was no kind of panic like this.
Well, who was in office?
Let's see. Oh, was it the savior, Barack Obama? Yeah.
It was.
I think we figured that one out.
We don't even remember it.
Not at all.
Remember it.
Almost not at all. I remember calling it swine flu or pig flu and making a few jokes about it, but nobody ever said, how dare you joke about H1N1? 60 million people have it. Nobody ever said that. Not once.
Making fun of pigs. What are you doing?
Were your feelings hurt during that time, Jeffy? So I've got a list of 107 deaths in America from this. And some of the states don't list the ages, but most of them do. And the youngest age I can find,
get this,
as far as
the youngest person we can find that has died in the United States of America is...
And remember, this woman had diabetes and heart disease.
Okay.
53 years old.
Wow.
53. Most of them looks like 70s, 80s, 90s.
70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want people who are in their 70s, 80s, and 90s to die. But they should definitely stay at home. Mm-hmm. The rest of us should live life.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. And
what do I know? I don't know anything.
The 4-year-old girl in Great Britain, though, has it, right? And,
yeah.
And they're saying that the ibuprofen made it worse for her.
Mm-hmm.
So
be careful about
that in mind.
Yeah, I'd talk to your doctor about ibuprofen in this disease, because I just read that and I thought, geez, I would never guess that. Yeah. Is it, when people get, when young people, like kids, get a fever, you're not supposed to give them aspirin, right? And that's why Tylenol became so prevalent, because you could give your kids children's Tylenol instead of aspirin, and it was safe for them when they had a fever. Mm-hmm. But now, Tylenol isn't ibuprofen. No, ibuprofen is Motrin. Okay, so that's
and Advil,
different.
Stuff like that.
That's different. Yes. Okay. Wow.
Tylenol is acetaminophen.
Right.
So you're,
so maybe acetaminophen is the thing you should be giving them. I don't know. Ask your doctor. I don't know.
Well, Jeffy knows all about drugs. No
shocker
here.
Oh my gosh, yes. You kidding me?
There we go.
You kidding me? Yeah. Ibuprofen is the anti-inflammatory, right? It's an anti-inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
An NSAID, as they say
Correct.
in the business.
That's great. You're professing to be a medical doctor now in the business?
No, I'm not a doctor.
You're not a journalist, but you're a medical doctor.
I'm not a journalist, and I'm not a doctor. I just butcher both on the radio. That's all I do. We got this from Adam, a Pathead Adam, talking about a book that he is reminding us of from Dean Koontz.
Okay.
It came out in 1981.
All right.
And it was called The Eyes of Darkness. Have you seen this, Jeffy?
Yeah, he called it. I don't have the actual quote from the book in front of me, but
I do.
Oh my God,
do. Okay, and there it is, right there. In around 2020, get this. This is what he wrote in 1981. In around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and the bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. Wow. Almost more baffling than the illness itself will be the fact that it will suddenly vanish as quickly as it arrived.
Okay.
Attack again 10 years later and then disappear completely.
Okay, so get out of here then, Corona.
Yeah,
your 15 minutes is up.
Please.
And Dean Koontz still, he's 74 years old.
He's alive still?
Yep.
Oh.
So I guess he's
anybody asked him about
I
this?
think he's our prime suspect. I think that's
Bastard, he created
the moral
this,
of this story because he wanted to be right.
And he
let's check
he
his
made
travel.
sure he is.
Check his travels. Did he ever go to China recently? Dean?
Well, we can't get a hold of him. He's sheltering in place. So I don't know where he is.
But the beginning of this, it is 2020. It is a severe pneumonia-like illness, and it's attacking your lungs and your bronchial tubes.
Now it needs to go away.
Wow, that is interesting.
Oh, by the way, an update. Bill de Blasio explained to us why he went to the gym the other day. Remember, he said, no, you got to close down your gyms. And then as soon as he
went to the gym.
He went to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And here's his explanation of
I did not for a moment think there was anything problematic because I knew the dynamics. And again, I have to stay healthy so I can make the decisions for the people of this city.
Oh.
He knew the dynamics better than anyone, right?
You stupid people don't know the dynamics.
Does he not share the dynamics as a leader of the city?
You're not an elitist like I am. And I'm an elite person here.
I got to stay healthy for y'all, you little people.
That's why I must be guarded with guns. And you just need to be naked in the streets and keep your doors unlocked and let anybody come in and shoot you dead anytime they want to. Me, I have actual serious threats, and I have to be protected with people with guns.
Well, and you know the dynamics.
And I can go to the gym.
You know the dynamics.
I know the dynamics. That's
Okay.
why I can go to a restaurant if I want to. I can go to the gym if I want to. I can hang out in a movie theater.
We got to keep you healthy.
I could go lick statues if I want to right now. That's how important I am. I can lick statues in this city if I want. Yeah.
Okay, it's just, I mean,
I can go into nursing homes and breathe and spit and kiss the patrons there, the patients. I can shake hands with everybody in the hospital
because you know the dynamics.
Because I know the dynamics. I know what to do afterwards. So
he is full of himself.
He's a douchebag. What an
He sure is,
absolute
man.
douchebag. I can't take it. I can't take it. But I have to because there's nothing I can do about it. So
wow, that came to a screeching halt.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it really did. Meanwhile, this is some good news. Participants have now received the first dose of experimental coronavirus vaccine.
Nice.
Good. Please, let's get this sped through. Can we please?
And that's the vaccine that would prevent you from getting it, right? Is that?
Yeah, it's a clinical trial for a vaccine to protect against it.
Yeah, see.
And so the first humans have received it at a research institute in Washington where the virus is the worst. It's the worst in Washington and New York State. The National Institutes of Health funding the trial at Kaiser Permanente Hospital, Washington Hospital, and public health officials say it will take a year to 18 months to fully validate any potential vaccine.
Right, that's what they've all said. But hopefully, with President Trump's plan, we can fast track that.
Isn't fast tracking it 18 months though?
If you follow, that's if you follow every all the laws and red tape that are in place.
We
today.
can't. We don't have time for that.
I know.
We're going to be in a depression by then. If they don't get this thing moving back and get the gears of the economy turning again, we'll be in a depression by then. So, I mean, which will be worse, the virus or the depression that follows it? I don't know. I really don't. Testing began with 45 young, healthy volunteers with different doses of shots co-developed by NIH and Moderna. There's no chance participants could get infected from the jabs because they don't contain the virus.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, then how does that build your immunity against it? The goal is to check the vaccines and make sure they show no signs of side effects. And so then they'll do larger tests after that. Yeah, this is a long, drawn-out, laborious process that, again, if we don't speed up, we're going to be in a massive depression by the time they get around it. Okay, we got the virus ready. Yeah, do you see that the city's all burned to the ground and 48 billion people have died? Well, there are only 7 billion people. I know, people came here from other worlds and died. Thanks to you. That's how long it took. Come on. Let's speed this up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Again,
come on, let's go.
I can't take it, but I have to. So
that's where we're at.
That's where we are. That's just where we are. What are you going to do about it? Nothing, because I can't do
I don't
anything
know.
about it. I got no power.
Boy, we really took the year 2019 for granted, did we not?
I loved 2019.
Right? Any kind of a bad mouthing I may have done, that's in the past. Let's let bygones be bygones. I love you. I miss you.
Please bring back 2019.
Yeah, come back with your crazy eyes.
Do you
and
remember when you said?
Yes,
I remember before we went on vacation before Christmas. You were like, I can't wait for 2020, and I said it's going to be worse in 2019. Nah, I can't imagine it. Nah, come on
now, Pat.
Nothing could be much worse than this. And then, wow. I mean, how much worse is this?
Wow, am I stupid
this is
or what?
So bad right
I am
now.
Stupid.
This is the worst thing we've ever been through.
It's true. I mean, we are living through history.
Yeah, this is the worst thing America's ever been through.
I'm getting free money from the government. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Other than the Civil War.
9/11.
9/11's close.
Terrible.
This might be worse for the economy.
Oh, yeah. No. I heard a fact. Gosh, I think it was Monday that the stock market has absorbed now the equivalent of 4 9/11s in the matter of just a couple weeks.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
It went down 3,000 points Monday alone.
Yeah.
I mean, 9/11, they told us to go shop. They're telling us not to shop.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point, Jeffy. You know, 3,000 points, isn't that the largest drop ever? It's the largest point drop ever. Not the largest percentage, but because it's so much larger than it was during the Depression.
87.
But it's I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Jeffy, as someone who has lived through the entirety of America's history, is this the worst that we've been through from your perspective?
Can you remember a worse time?
From your unique perspective, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Again, at this time, it does feel like one of the worst times.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, it does. It feels that way.
It feels like one of the worst times of my lifetime. It just it's icky right now. I feel icky.
Does it? Okay, so a question for both of you guys, because if you just stop and think for a second, just try to put yourself at 9/11/01 in the panic and the dread you were feeling.
We came together more.
Yeah.
In the immediate aftermath. Like a month later, we were all at each other's throats again. But in the immediate aftermath, we all came together and we were all kind of one. And we were all banding together and saying, we're gonna be stronger because of this. And we're gonna face down this threat and we're gonna defeat it. And we were resolute together as Americans. I don't feel that same way right now.
I'm gonna have to say I'm with you on that. Jeffy?
Has one of those viruses kicked in? And
did the bunker collapse in on itself? Oh, Jeff.
Did we lose him? We lost him.
Jeffy.
We lost him.
I mean, he almost made it for the entire show.
Wow. How did that
And then the
happen?
last 5 minutes.
We lost him.
I'm going to answer for Jeffy here. I'm going to tell you, in my 400 years on the planet, this does feel bad. This feels pretty bad.
But is it the worst? It's bad. bad. I'll leave it at that.
It's bad. Think about it.
Okay, San Francisco is going on 24-hour lockdown for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think they're thinking about some of those.
So you can't leave your home?
Yeah, let's see. I don't know all the details because I think they updated them.
Mayor
overnight.
London Breed announced what she calls a defining moment in U.S. response to the pandemic. Beginning at 12 a.m., all residents within the city can only leave home for doctor's appointments or grocery store runs.
I mean, that's all right. Now,
wow.
Back off.
Wow. It's the strictest new policy enacted in the nation and matches the current rules in Italy, which has been the second hardest hit country in the world.
Are you prepared for that?
It's amazing what's happened in Italy, though. They just exploded. I mean, they were like we were. It was, you got a few hundred more per day, and it was building gradually, and then all of a sudden it just blew up. And that was probably because of that guy who was delivering Chinese food to everybody who had the virus and knew it and kept delivering. The mayor says the rule will remain in effect for at least the next 3 weeks. So you can only go to the doctor and you can go to the grocery store. Otherwise, nowhere else. You're staying home.
Wow.
In addition to the city shutdown, 6 Bay Area counties are telling residents to shelter in place. That means unless your work falls under the list of essential businesses, you have to stay home. I'm sorry, you're not even going to work. You're not going to work?
And I'm sure that
wow.
This isn't much consolation, but I'm sure San Francisco much more connected than as far as employment and job duties and stuff like that than most locations. But yeah, very eerie.
Yeah,
and
they got a lot of high-tech stuff, so hopefully they can work
exactly. That's the
from
word.
home.
High-tech, yeah. Industries there. There's a picture, really eerie, of a main street right down the middle of San Francisco. And there's this dog just walking right down the middle of the street, just like, yep.
And all you see is human feces on both sides of the road. Hold
on a second. I think you just figured it out. I thought it was eerie because it was the coronavirus shutdown. It's actually the dog going, my gosh.
Look at all this human poop here.
The people poop. At least I go in the grass.
And my owner has to clean it up.
Right?
Nobody's cleaning this up.
Who's cleaning up the human? I'm walking down the middle of the road. The sidewalks are too filled with poop.
Yeah. This is interesting, though. The list of essential businesses that you can leave your home and go to work.
Okay.
If you're a healthcare operator, if you work at a grocery store, if you work in a shelter, if you work for a media outlet.
Oh,
so I guess
we
get to go to work. If we were in San Francisco, we could go to work.
Boy, if I were in San Francisco, I would not be there anymore.
Gas stations and banks. Restaurants can remain open, but only for takeout and delivery. I mean, this is not America. It's just not America. When the government is mandating these things and telling you can't go anywhere, when we have 6,000 sick people out of 330 million people, I don't know. Man, that doesn't seem right to me, but maybe I'm alone on that. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Unless we're sheltering in place, we will be back again tomorrow to do this all over again.
Yeah.
And just have more pandemic fun than you could possibly shake a stick at. Although I don't know why you'd shake a stick at it.
Yeah.
That doesn't really do anything.
And how do you pick out the stick for that duty?
I don't know.
Like, does a wiffle ball bat, does that work?
No, I don't. That's not a stick.
Shake a wiffle ball bat at it.
That doesn't work.
No?
Does not fit the phrase.
Sorry.
All right. See you tomorrow here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.